No, thank you very much for having me.
Coming back home this weekend, I suppose you always enjoy coming back to Perth, even though you're always in opposition colours.
Yeah, no, I definitely love getting back, spend a bit of time with the family and friends, and hope the sun comes out for a little bit.
Well, it's certainly been out during the course of the week. I think a bit of rain's coming in later this weekend, but today it's just a beautiful winter's day in Perth, and you would have experienced that in your time. Saying that, how do you think you've adapted over the years? It seems now you're one of the first players picked every week.
Oh, I mean, it's nice to hear that, but I think obviously I've adapted to playing halfback and then recent weeks gone into the midfield, but obviously Goody and the coaching staff have put a massive, enormous faith in me to perform each week, and to be picked as many times as I have, I'm very privileged.
When you look at Melbourne, it's been a bit of up and down during the course of the season, and there's been also some controversy. I must admit, I've admired your leader, Max Gawn, the way he's been on the front foot, both on and off the field, if there's been questions asked of his squad and the football club. He must be a great leader.
Oh, he's unbelievable, and the stuff he does within the four walls as well is just second to none. But no, you stand taller when Maxie's around, and with him leading us out each week, he gives us a massive fighting chance.
He seems like a real leader, Trent, and no doubt everybody looks up to him.
Yeah, definitely. And he's such a people's person as well. So when he speaks, he just draws the whole room's attention, and he really knows how to encapsulate a crowd. So. We definitely love what Maxie does, and every time he speaks, everyone's definitely listening to what he says.
How much was everybody shocked about the injury sustained by Christian Petrarca, and have you seen him at all in recent times?
Yeah, so, firstly, it's very unfortunate what happened, and, our thoughts go out to, his family through this tough time, but Track's made he's recovering well. He's been in and out of the club in bits and pieces, so it's been nice to just see his smiley face around the place, every now and then. But I'm hoping in the next few weeks he'll be able to, get in and have a bit more of a, spend a bit more time around the club.
It appears that everybody's trying to share the responsibilities now that Christian Petrarca is out for the remainder of the year. You included 29 disposals each of the last 2 weeks. You're really standing up in the absence of Petrarca. Do you also sense that you need to step up like others to cover his loss?
Oh, I don't think anyone in the comp could really cover what Petrarca can do. He's a, one-of-a-kind talent. But, I think everyone sort of realised that, hey, if we're going to play finals, we're not going to have him in the team. And, a lot of guys are going to have to stand up. And obviously Goody's trusted me to, go into the midfield. And, I've just tried to do what I can for the team and playing some good footy at the moment. But, it's only going to get us so far.
Have you enjoyed the change?
Oh, most definitely. You always grow up idolising these midfielders of the comp, and to actually get in there now after a few years and show what I can really do. I'm obviously very grateful for the opportunity, but hopefully I can take it with both hands and hold on to it.
It was a very important win last week against Essendon, wasn't it?
Yeah, exactly. And I think for the rest of the year we've got reversing teams that are going to be contenders. So. It's a great win on the weekend, but, Freo another massive challenge, and we're just going to have to keep showing up each week and, look to put points on the board.
You've won 10 games out of 17 this season. How have you viewed Melbourne's form overall?
Yeah, obviously we started pretty strong, had a bit of a lapse through the middle of the year, but I think we're starting to play some really good footy at the right time of the year. So, it's all building towards September, and that's where we're aiming, and we want to play finals. So, as long as we can, finish the year strong, make the 8, then, I feel like this is the year that anything could happen.
Big game this week against Freo, who dropped the match against Hawthorn away in Tasmania last week. And when you look at the AFL ladder, you're sitting in 8th position. Carlton are only a game ahead of this huge group, including yourselves, and they're in 2nd position. And Freo are 2 points ahead of Melbourne. This is a vital game. You pick up a win here, and all of a sudden, the season really turns around for you heading into a very important month.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, it's between 2nd and 13th. It's very, very tight for spots. So there's a lot of teams still in it, us being one of them. So, every 4 points that we can pick up is going to be vital at the end of the year.
You signed in 2023 until the end of 2027, so you've got a long-term contract at the Melbourne Demons. Nothing like stability, is there?
No, it is nice to, be locked away for a little bit, not have to worry about the contracts every couple of years and stuff. But, obviously the club repaid, so I hope to repay the club's faith and, do what I can and get some wins on the board for the team.
Did you ever consider maybe looking at other options through your management? Did they explore any other options as you were coming out of contract?
I don't really think so. I think I sort of said to them that I was quite happy with the D's and, I'm a very loyal person, I like to think, and, the faith they showed in me to pick me at the start and the mountain of work they've put into me over the last, or at that time, the 3.5 years, I thought it was only the right thing to, give back to them and show them that I'm sticking around for the long run.
How much have you changed your game to be a more versatile player? As we know, you've excelled off half-back and you did, I think you finished in the top 10 of the club's best and fairest last year. Now you're in the midfield. Do you think versatility is very important in modern-day football?
Oh, definitely. I mean, we were actually just talking about it today at the club about Taj Woden, who's obviously another WA boy, and hopefully get across to, back home this week. But he's a guy that can go in. He can play forward. He can play mid. He can play defender. He can play wing. He can play literally anywhere. And it's what's getting him a gig each week in the sub role. Obviously, he doesn't want to be there forever, but his versatility is what's getting him a game. And you've got to be able to adapt. And if someone goes down, someone's got to be able to fill their shoes. So yeah, it's definitely important in today's game.
How difficult is the ability to tackle correctly these days? Do you ever consider on how to tackle the player, and do you do a lot of training to make sure you get it right?
Yeah, I mean, we do, but in the split second that a tackle does happen, there's only so much you can do, and momentum's a funny thing as well. Like, you might think it's a perfect tackle, but you're slinging the tiniest little bit too much, and you've hit their head and you're out for 3 weeks, like a few of the boys have seen this week, which is a bit unfortunate for them, but look, it's a confusing one, and I don't think anyone's really got their head wrapped around what the perfect tackle sort of looks like. I mean, a few years ago, you're probably sitting there going, you pin both arms, they can't get rid of the ball, it's a perfect tackle, but you pin both arms now, if they hit their heads, you're out for 2 or 3 weeks. So, look, we do a lot of work on tackling and tackle technique, but in the split seconds that you do go for a tackle in game, you've just got to be very careful about the way you approach it.
Trent Rivers, have you been asked by a few people here in Perth, friends and family, for some tickets to the game this weekend?
Yeah, I always get asked for a few tickets. A few people come out the woodworks asking, but it's great. It's, obviously the reason you play footy is to put smiles on faces, and to get back to Optus in front of my family and friends is always a great time.
Good on you, mate. Thanks for joining us. We look forward to seeing you back here home, playing for the Melbourne Demons against the Fremantle Footy Club. And will you shake hands with Luke Jackson, who's having his second season away from Melbourne now with the Fremantle Dockers? Is he a mate of yours? After all, he came from the same waffle club.
Yeah, nah. Me and Jacko go a lot way back, but definitely shake hands, give him a hug after the game, and it's unfortunate, but he's obviously thriving over there, so I'm happy for him.
Good on you, mate. Thanks for your time. We wish you all the best at the weekend.
Perfect. Thanks, mate. Appreciate it.
Want to see more from the D's? Then don't forget to subscribe up here.